WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us. Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who Dat too.
Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
I'm doing great. Blessed.
Congratulations. I guess we can't really
Thank
say
you.
well, New Orleans, but we can say the Saints and a good franchise for you. And also, is this kind of a professional dream for you to be playing for your hometown team?
It's most definitely a dream. I think, having an opportunity to represent, this team, to be a part of this locker room. I've always been a fan of the way Saints play football, and just to have that opportunity means a lot to me. And more than anything, I just want to take advantage of it and make the most of it.
Doug, move on.
Yeah, hey, Tyrann. Was there a time maybe when playing in New Orleans, maybe after you were done at LSU or getting out of town was a good thing, and that you always maybe wanted to come back home? What is it about now that makes it the right time to come home?
Well, to be honest, I've lived a long life, in this NFL thing, and going into my 10th year, you don't know how you can't always depict the future. I think, when I realized the Saints, wanted me, and obviously I wanted them. It was a situation that I knew I wasn't going to pass up, but I'm just more, happy with the support, that I have around me, family and friends, and just all the people that have helped me get to this point, in my life.
Nick?
Tyrann, when you say you were a fan of the way the Saints play, like, what are the things that you're a fan of, and how does that kind of appeal to you, and how do you see yourself fitting into it?
Yeah, I mean, in particular, the fans. I think this is probably the most exciting fan base, in all of football, really. And then defensively, I think that this defense, they just have an identity, that every time they take the field, they're going to hit everything that moves, and they're going to try to play team ball, and I think that's why, they've been a really successful unit, over the past, 5 years or so. And so I'm just hoping that I can, add to that. I'm hoping that I can, come in and be a leader and, make other guys' jobs, easier.
Yeah, what went through your mind as you were signing that contract? Has it hit you yet that you're returning home?
Well, I think talking to you guys, it's kind of sinking in, in the moment. Like I said, I'm grateful, I'm blessed, I'm very fortunate to be in this position, and like I said, I just want to make the most of it. I want to make my teammates better, and then I want to make our community better as well. So it's a great challenge, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm kind of following up on an earlier question. You've been back in Louisiana a lot the last few months, at least publicly. I know you joked on your Twitter a few weeks ago that you can't stay away. Did it kind of, is that something that is that a recent thing, and does it kind of feel like it's perfect timing as far as that goes, with you already being back in the community a lot and back at LSU a lot?
Yeah, I think ever since I've, really gotten comfortable and settled in, I've always tried to come back home, whether it be visiting family or doing things in the community. So I think at this point in my life, being able to come back home and see family and do things in the community, not just New Orleans, but Baton Rouge as well. I just look forward to doing those things. I look forward to being around, my people, our people, and so that's kind of like the reason, I've been, coming back, lately, especially with COVID and everything we've kind of been through the last 2 or 3 years. Just trying to be around family and people that really support you.
Mike Triplett.
Well, I have two. First, I want to make sure, is 32 a done deal? I feel like a lot of purchases are going to depend on this decision. Is that set in stone?
Well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. To be honest, I don't. They can give me any number. To be honest, like I said, I just want to play good ball, and I just want to do good things in the community.
And yeah, I mean, I know a lot of us are alluding to this because you've been pretty open and honest about your relationship with the city over the years. What I think Doug asked the first question where he said maybe earlier in your career you had said this wasn't the best place for you. Is that something that actually has changed? And can you just describe where you are in your life and your maturity that you feel like
you just asked that question? Come on, man.
Yeah, I think New Orleans has always been a great place. This has always been a great community. I think, 10, 11 years ago, when I was a 20-year-old kid, I think it was just important for me to kind of, remove myself from certain things, certain environments, so that I can work on myself to get myself to a certain point to where I can come back home and be responsible and be the person that I know I can be. So, it's been a great process. Like I said, I got great people that, that support me, that I lean on. And so I think without those people and without, my commitment to just trying to do things the right way, I think this opportunity wouldn't even be in front of me. So, like I said, I'm just grateful, to be here, to have this opportunity, and to, like I said earlier, man, to be able to get in the community and really inspire these kids to be better, give them some hope. I think that's what it's, ultimately, all about.
Ed Daniels.
Tyrann, I know you're turning 30 here shortly. Do you think this is the last stop in your NFL career, and would you like it to be? I
mean, I would hope so. And Ed, you said 30 like that's old. I think I'm just heating up, man. So hopefully, man, I can, obviously it's a 3-year deal, and I'm hoping that I can, earn it all, you know what I mean, and then hopefully some more. So, and like I said, that's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be a great challenge, but, as of right now, this is all about getting to know my teammates, showing those guys how I practice and, how I come to work every day. So I think all those things will kind of take care of itself down the road. I think the most important thing right now is just to, find that bond, that chemistry with teammates and coaches.
Jeff Nowak.
Hey, Tyrann. You mentioned earlier, it became clear that Saints wanted you, and obviously you wanted them. How did that scenario kind of develop? At what point in the offseason did it become clear that, this was going to be a match, and, how did that work out?
Well, I think coming into free agency, I've been fairly quiet. I've really been just kind of letting things play out. And, the Saints was really the only visit that I went on. I think from the get-go, I knew where I wanted to be. And from there, it's just all about everything kind of coming together and aligning. And so, like I said, I'm sure there's a lot of people that was praying for me, rooting for me. And it just feels good to see it all kind of come together. But I've kind of been manifesting this for a while now. You know, a lot of former teammates know this, but just to have this opportunity means a lot to me.
Yep, Duncan.
Tyrann, we have been inundated on our social media timelines with your signing. What's the reaction been like for you and your family once the news got out?
I mean, my family is extremely, excited. I think most of them are really proud of me, and to have this moment to represent, my family, my friends, to represent our state, everything that we've been through and overcame. I'm sure it's going to lift a lot of people, especially my family and people that really know me. So, like I said, I'm just hoping I can continue to, give people hope and inspire people from my closest family to, my furthest friends. I'm just hoping that I can, come here and be all that I need to be.
Have you had a lot of reaction from fans? Anybody either on social media or just out in public? I know you haven't been here that long.
No, I mean, everybody that sees me, and like we were talking about earlier, I've been in Louisiana pretty much the whole off season really, and I think everybody I bump into, everybody I see, I think they all wanted, what's happening right now. I think they all wanted me to be a Saint. So, like I said, I was trying to keep quiet and keep my composure and not, just say it out loud. But yeah, I think this is a place I've always wanted to be, and I think most people around me, they wanted that for me too.
Pat Carroll.
What aspects of Dennis Allen's scheme do you like, and how do you see yourself fitting into this defense?
Yeah, I think it's a smart unit. I think it's a unit that can disguise coverage, really well. And like I said earlier, this is a physical, unit. I think from the front end to the back end, everybody does their job. Everybody plays, to a certain standard. And like I said, this has always been a defense that I've seen myself, being a part of. With how much passion they play, the energy. Just the tightness that you can just see. It pops off the screen, when you're watching the Saints play defense. So, like I said, I'm just hoping I can come in and add to that and, and be all that I need to be, for our team.
Mike Triplett.
Are you surprised at all? Were you frustrated at all? Are you motivated at all that it took this long to sign somewhere? Or was part of that because you were waiting on the Saints a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of say that. Like I said, I've had great success in this league. I've made a lot of money. I wasn't necessarily eager to jump into any situation. I think, for me, I was going to take as much time as I needed to make the right decision. And I think, obviously once everything kind of aligned with the Saints, I thought it was the right decision. It was the perfect decision. It was really the best decision for me to be able to come in and impact this team and impact the community that I grew up in. So, it was really one of those things that, I couldn't pass up, and I'm just grateful that it all kind of aligned.
Nate?
I got two, if that's all right. First one, just you mentioned the disguise. How do you feel like your versatility fits into that with all the different things you're able to do?
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can, come in and be, one of those guys that can really do anything Coach asks of them. So that's always kind of been my motto, my standard is to do whatever Coach asks me to do. So, I don't necessarily try to go out my way to, prove who I am. I just try my best to show up each and every day, and be the person that I know I can be. But it'll be fun, playing in this defense, being able to move around and play different things, and then, obviously being coached by great coaches too. I think that's one of those things that kind of, people don't talk about, enough in this league. So I'm grateful to, obviously once again, be surrounded around great coaches that, really know what they're doing.
And just coming back here over the years doing the camp with the kids, how important was that to you? And I know you work with the Saints on that, these are facilities and that sometimes. Just how was that relationship with them behind the scenes, just making that stuff happen?
Yeah, I mean, we've always had a great relationship, as far as that goes, and, even going back when, Coach Payton was the coach here. So, like I said, it's kind of like a full circle moment for me, and, I'm hoping I can continue throwing camps, in the indoor. So, looking forward to it.
Luke Johnson.
Tyrann, if I've got the timeline right, I think you were a senior when the Saints won the Super Bowl, senior at St. Aug. What do you remember about that time in the city? And the second part of that is what would it mean to you if you were part of the next team that brought one home?
You know what, to be honest, man, I just remember me and my homeboy just getting in the car and just going down the Canal Street. It felt like the whole city was down there, and I mean, that was a memory. You know, some people say memories could last a lifetime. I think that was one of those memories that, you know, I'll never forget. Just the moment and just the pure joy that it really brought to the city. And so obviously, man, that's a tall task, and, you know, being a former champion, I understand how hard it is to win. And to get to that point. So, you know, if we were able to get to that point, that'll mean a lot to me. I'm sure it'll mean a lot to the community. And but I definitely want to bring a championship and to back to New Orleans.
Amy, Jeff.
Hard to follow that up. Feels like everybody in your life was recruiting you to come here, either publicly or behind closed doors. And one of them was C.J. Gardner-Johnson. What was his pitch like, and how excited are you to play with him?
Like I said, I'm extremely excited, and, you know, not just him, but, you know, to be on the defense with DeMario and Cam Jordan, you know, Marshawn, like, these are all great guys that, you know, I really look up to. These are all guys that really handle their business the right way on and off the field. And so just to be a part of that group, you know, I'm sure it'll do a lot for me personally, you know, and professionally. But it's not really, you know, much to sell, I think, you know, especially with CJ. You know, like I said, when I watch these guys play defense, they pop off the screen just with energy and passion, and, you know, all the different handshakes that they do. It's fun and it's exciting. And so he didn't really have to sell me too much. I was already sold. I just needed a couple people to kind of give me the, yeah, it's cool. You know, we'll take you over here.
Last question here, Ed Daniels.
Tyrann, I know you've always written things down and then manifested them. What are you writing down right now?
Well, I think most importantly, you know, right now I just want to be able to impact the community, you know, in a real way, in a way that can, you know, really relate to kids and get through to them. I think that's really important. And then from there, you know, I want to continue being the best football player that I can be. And, you know, so that takes a lot of work. That's a lot of commitment, but, you know, I'm ready for it. So, you know, right now I think my table is pretty light, you know, but it's full at the same time. You know, it's all about community, and then it's all about team. And I think everything else kind of fits in, you know, where it fits in.
I think that's all we have time for. Really appreciate your time, Tyrann.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Tyrann Mathieu, man. The Honey Badger is home, man. He's come back home. Of course, he's from the city of New Orleans. And the Honey Badger signed the contract to come to the city of New Orleans to play for your black and gold. Grew up watching the black and gold. And I'm just happy that the Saints finally, you know, they had that gumption, had that excitement, that imagination to go out and get a player of his caliber, even at 30 years of age. And plugging him in with the Saints defense will be a sight to behold. So much love to the family, like I've been saying for some time now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q. I'm in the building. Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all joining me for this installment of the Coma. This is our Wednesday stream entitled Tyrann Mathieu Speaks with the Media After Signing with the Black and Gold. And I had to play his entire interview as well. So I just keeping it real, man. He is a phenomenal player. I'm glad we have him. The Saints did a wonderful job of replacing or moving on and getting some really solid play from the safeties. As you notice, this offseason, the Saints were really zoned in on that safety position. They really were. Even in the draft with the second-round pick who can play corner and safety for the team that they envision. And also you look at all of the other safeties besides Marcus May, Daniel Sorensen, who's mostly a special team depth piece as well, and Justin Evans, who was a former second-round draft pick from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who spent the last couple of years out of professional football, is an X factor in the Saints secondary room as well. And I'll just go back to the process of thinking that the Saints added Marcus May in here to replace Malcolm Jenkins and Marcus Williams. Now you have Tyrann Mathieu in here well to kind of bring the back in. So I'm so proud of how the Saints handled this situation and how after losing Coach Payton, he stepped away. Very dramatic offseason for the Black and Gold. Had to find a new coach after Coach Payton stepped away. Then you had the Alvin Kamara stuff that occurred. Saints handled that. Then there was the Deshaun Watson stuff. This has been, in my opinion, probably the most eventful of one of the most eventful off seasons that I've seen. And we've covered quite a few of them here. And this was excellent. And just to be honest with you, it was fantastic. So much love to the fam. I appreciate you guys. Who Dat to all you fantastic Who Dats out there. The Great Saint Think Tank is in full effect. 160 of us in the building. Please hit the like button. Smash the like button for Tyrann Mathieu. Welcome him home in the Black and Gold. Good to see him back here, because the Saints, that means big business. That means serious business. And I was monitoring a lot of what I ain't gonna say naysayers, but other people who just simply don't understand what's going on, is that the NFC South was in the hands of Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It won't be this year. It will not be this year. The Saints have an attitude. They pissed off from last year. That's a lot of people with chips on their shoulders in the Black and Gold building. In the offense, let me tell you, steel sharp and steel. The Saints defense last year in preseason and training camp, when I was there, they was giving the offense the business. So it's going to be some fierce competitions going on in training camp. Can't wait, man. So this is fantastic on so many levels. So welcome Tyrann Mathieu, brother Tyrann, to the Black and Gold. Use LSU represented every step of the way, and for him to come home on a 3-year deal is phenomenal. So I'm just so happy that he's here. So with that being said, much love to all the fam. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all for being in the building. Much love to the fam. A shout out to all the family members. I'm going to go over a few news notes and items, and then I'm going to kind of move into and open the phone lines for the family members to chime in. We won't be on the show for drastically long, maybe an hour or two. I'm squeezing them in as many commentaries from the family members as I can. So get your comment ready, get in, and then get somebody else, let somebody else get an opportunity to shine as well. So with that being said, I appreciate all the family members for being in the stream. Please hit the like button as we get going, and feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed. If you're not a subscriber, hit the hell out the subscribe button and join the Coma today, baby. Let's get it popping. Jump right on to it. And this article right here is from ESPN. New Orleans Saints feel biggest need by bringing safety Tyrann Mathieu home. This is by Triplet. And he says it's not often a team makes the biggest splash of the offseason in May, but that's exactly what the Saints did by agreeing to a deal with free agent safety and local icon Tyrann Mathieu. Now, he officially reached an agreement. It was $33 million. 18 of it's guaranteed on Monday, according to Adam Schefter. The Honey Badger is a New Orleans native and beloved former LSU star who also happens to fill the Saints' most glaring position of need following the draft. This has been a relatively slow offseason for the Saints. This man must be out of his mind or drinking, because that is most certainly wasn't slow. I mentioned Deshaun Watson, Alvin Kamara, Sean Payton stepping down. What part of the game is slow? I mean, let me know. Despite the aggressive pursuit of quarterback Deshaun Watson, they've actually shown a rare level of spending restraint after the beginning of the offseason to $75 million over the cap, which was a phenomenal thing, all of which in thought process, because you look at what the Saints did. They had almost $19 million coming into the draft, or coming out of the draft. And of course, it won't be that expensive to sign the draft picks because the Saints have a handful of them. But the reality is, what great cap management the Saints did this offseason in trying to reach out for Deshaun Watson. It didn't work, but they cleared up all the money they possibly could and did a fantastic job of having enough money to pursue the Honey Badger, as opposed to last year. They'll be sitting on their hands and then they'll wait. Okay, we want the Honey Badger. Then they'll spur off a few contracts to try to get up under the money. The money was sitting there, and that was a really great thing by the Black and Gold, as they were able to patiently go about the business and make things happen. Suddenly, of course, the 5 days they feel the biggest need by adding Tyrann Mathieu, drafting Ohio State wide receiver Chris Olave, and Northern Iowa offensive tackle Trevor Penning in round 1 of the draft. And in doing so, they have backed up their vow that they still consider themselves a top NFL contender under new coach Dennis Allen, and didn't plan to rebuild after Coach Payton stepped away. No, they just retooled. They said, listen, we need some help in the wide receiver room. They got it. They need some help on the offensive line. They got it. They needed some help on the back end of the defense because Jenkins retired and we knew Marcus Williams was going elsewhere. They got it. Then they had depth as well, along with the rest of the draft picks and the undrafted guys, which we talked about that on the Monday stream when we covered all 17 of them. They have a really experienced group of undrafted guys, to be honest with you. So anyway, although Mathieu turns 30 on May the 13th, the 3-time first-team All-Pro was still doing some of his best work over the past 3 years with the Chiefs, and with 13 of his 26 career interceptions over that span, plus another one in the playoffs. He's 5'9", 190, has been one of the NFL's most versatile, dynamic playmakers at the position throughout his 9-year career with the Cardinals, Texans, and Chiefs, with the ability to line up at free safety, strong safety, and the nickel positions. It's just the versatility of guys like Tyrann Mathieu, along with Marcus May, along with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And you have fantastic mainstays like Demario Davis and Cam Jordan, and a lot of other really good, talented players that the Saints have on the defense is why a lot of people are saying, oh, yes, this is definitely going to be an interesting year. If you're looking for a safety who's probably the most multi-dimensional, one of the most multi-dimensional traits throughout his career is Tyrann Mathieu, said ESPN's analyst and former NFL safety Matt Bowen, who added Mathieu can also line up within the slot, match up against tight ends. He has natural football instincts. He really does. And high football IQ, you know what you're looking at. That's the big thing. As a position coach, you can't teach. And that's why he's consistently around the football, because he sees things so fast. He is so smart as a veteran player to identify and what down and distance, formation, personnel, and game situation are telling you. Now, he didn't make as many plays last year. He's getting a little older, but still a veteran player who can vastly improve your defense because of the multiplicity that he brings. You don't need him to do too many dramatic things. You just need him to do him, be him, because the Saints defense was one of the toughest, roughest, and best units last year in the last couple of years. He simply adds that proverbial cherry on top, and he just plays his game. Bowen also correctly pointed out Mathieu's presence should be popular in the Saints locker room. His new teammates have already been voicing their enthusiasm on social media, and that his leadership should be invaluable for the rest of the secondary. And while the Saints don't exactly need to boost ticket sales because they already have a lengthy waiting list, this move should make tickets harder to come by on the secondary market this season. It won't hurt to inject a bit of fan enthusiasm after the departures of Peyton and quarterback Drew Brees, among others in recent years. Now, ESPN analyst Dan Orlovsky called Mathieu's addition, quote, brilliant signing, end quote, on First Take. I believe they're the third best team in the conference, and this only adds to that, Orlovsky said. To be fair, Orlovsky's opinion is more bullish than most, since the Saints still have a number of questions after they lost outstanding left tackle Teron Armstead, starting safeties Marcus Williams and Malcolm Jenkins this offseason, but it's far from outlandish. New Orleans went 9-8 the last season, barely missed the playoffs for the first time in 5 years, despite major injuries that sidelined Michael Thomas for the entire season, Winston for 10 games, and decimated the offense. The Saints set an NFL record with 58 total starters used during the season because of injuries and C-19 issues, yet they still swept the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the strength of the defense, becoming the first team in 15 years to shut down TB12 with a 9-0 victory in December. And now a fair argument could be made that safety position is just as much of a strength after New Orleans has added former New York Jets starter Marcus May in March. The Saints also have one of the NFL's best nickel safeties covering slot receivers in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, unlike Williams and Jenkins, who play distinctly different roles at the free safety and strong safety position, respectively. Mathieu and May have switched between both positions throughout their careers and can be used interchangeably. In a perfect world scenario, you'd like to have the ability that can play back and both play down in the paint. Allen said of the safeties position earlier this season. But this is probably the exception to the rule rather than the rule. Bowen compared Mathieu and May pairing to how Buffalo Bills use Micaiah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. At times, they can almost be positionless, Bowen said. From an old school football perspective, May has the physical profile of a strong safety, and Tyrann Mathieu has the physical profile of a slot free safety. But I'm telling you right now, based on what Dennis Allen has done with this defense, when the quarterback comes to the line of scrimmage, you're not going to be able to tell who's playing free and who's playing strong. You're going to have to wait till the late rotation to figure it out, and defensive end Cam Jordan is in your lap. Mathieu has different traits from Marcus Williams, who's more of a deep center fielder, but it's more high-level playmaker than Marcus Williams, so let's put him in a position to make those plays. So yes, indeed. In other words, put it casually, it's definitely an upgrade what the Saints were able to do, and bringing in the likes of a man like Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus May, and all of the other great depth the Saints have added to the defense and now to the offense. We're not done yet. We got unfinished business, and we're going to handle the business, baby. So, yeah, this is wonderful. All right, next article right here from Amy. Saints to play Vikings in London week 4 of the 2022 season. Did you know that? Well, now you do. New Orleans Saints have known for a while that they'll be making an appearance in London for the NFL's International Series, but now they'll know who they'll be playing and when. On Wednesday morning, the league announced that the Saints will face the Minnesota Vikings during the week 4 of the 2022 season. It will kick off on Sunday, October the 2nd at 8:30 a.m. So y'all gonna have the Who Dat's got to get up nice and early for this one. Week 4, you got to get your butt up October the 2nd at 8:30 in the morning to watch this game. Central Time in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and will air on NFL Network. This is a 2:30 p.m. kickoff in London. The contest falls on the same day as the London Marathon, one of 6 major marathons in the world. Tickets for the game in London will be on sale in June. The team announced Wednesday morning an allotment of tickets will be provided to season ticket holders. The potential opponent had changed several times before the Vikings were finalized, as sources indicated the league originally penciled in an NFC South opponent for that game before considering the reigning AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals. The Saints are 2-0 in international games since 2007. They haven't played across the pond since 2017. The Saints' first game in London was in 2008 against the Chargers, and it was the second game in the NFL's International Series. New Orleans won that game 37-32. And in 2017, the Saints returned to Wembley and shut out the Miami Dolphins 20-0. In addition to those 2 regular season games, the Saints have played 3 preseason games abroad. In 1978, they played the Philadelphia Eagles in Mexico City. In 1990, they traveled to London and played the Los Angeles Raiders. In 1993, they played the Eagles in Tokyo. The league has staged 29 games in London since 2007, when the NFL began the International Series. The contests from 2007 to 2015 were all played at Wembley, but the venues since have expanded to hold London games at Twickenham Stadium and Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The league conducted an additional expansion to the International Series in 2016, bringing Mexico City into mix with games at the Estadio Azteca. Last year, the NFL announced an expansion into Germany. The first NFL game in Germany will be held this season between the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. That game is set to be played on November the 13th at 8:30 a.m. Central at the Allianz Arena in Munich. So there you go. The 5 International Series game for this season are, of course, week 4, Saints at the Vikings, London at Tottenham Hotspur, October the 2nd, 8:30 in the morning, Central Time on NFL Network. Week 5 matchup against the Packers and the Giants in London, same stadium, October the 9th. Week 8, Jaguars versus the Broncos at Wembley, October the 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. Week 10, the Bucks and Seahawks. We talked about that. Week 11, the Cardinals and Niners in Mexico City, and that's November the 21st at 7 p.m. Central Time. So the rest of the Saints schedule is set to be released on May the 12th at 7 p.m. Central. The Saints can announce their first home game of the season on May the 12th at 5 p.m. Central. The Saints could know additional games before that, as the NFL is announcing select games during the week of May the 9th. The New Orleans will host the following teams in 2022: the Falcons, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Baltimore coming here, Cincinnati, the Raiders, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Vikings, counting as home contests in London. The Saints will travel abroad to play, of course, Falcons and Panthers and Bucks, but also the Arizona Cardinals, the Cleveland Browns. We're going to meet Deshaun Watson. We teach him a lesson. Philadelphia with Hurt. We got to teach him a lesson as well. We'll see possibly Ryan Pickett in the Steelers, and San Francisco is another team that we'll travel to out there. So this is going to be a fun year for the black and gold. So once again, the New Orleans Saints will gear up in week 4 to take on the Minnesota Vikings over the pond. All right, I know you guys are very excited about that, baby. All right, so anyway, and then of course the final thing I want to show you is we're gonna go over a depth chart, an unofficial depth chart, I guess you can call it, up to this point. As you can see, the Saints offense right there. Jameis Winston up there with Alvin Kamara, who's probably gonna miss some time because of the suspension. Behind him is Ingram, Tony Jones. You see Josh Adams. And of course, there are other people here. They only go 4 deep, but they have other rosters that go as far as several deep. And you'll see maybe Abram Smith challenge Tony Jones Jr. for that back position. So it would be fun if the Saints had a open bet, give some of their running backs a real opportunity to kind of make an impact, as opposed to just delegating or relegating guys like Dwayne Washington. Dwayne Washington at one time averaged 5 yards per carry when the Saints were serious about using him as a running back. Could we possibly go back to giving him an opportunity to see what he can do? You know what I'm saying? I think that would be fair. Hopefully they'll do that. Also, look at the wide receiver room, which has been a subject of much talking. Michael Thomas will be ready to go. Chris Olave is there. And Marquez Callaway is 3. How do you like those 3 guys? And, of course, Deontay Harty, formerly Deontay Harris, changed his name to honor his stepfather, which was pretty good, which is what I call the step-up father, because he stepped up to the plate and handled them business for them cheering. All right, so anyway, Traquan Smith-Stell, Jordan Humphrey, Kevin White, Quan Baker, Easop Winston, Jalen McCleskey, Kirk Merritt, DeJohn Dixon, and others are listed as well. So outside of that, you see the tight end position, Adam Troutman, Taysom Hill is there. They got Troutman ahead of Taysom, even though Taysom should be ahead of Troutman because of his experience and his ability. But Troutman needs to step up this year. Jawan Johnson should be ahead of Nick Vannett. So all around, I think the Saints tight end room has much to be. They have to prove themselves here. Fullback is Prentice. You see the offensive line right there. They have Penning back in whatever reason. Ruiz. It'll be Penning, Pete, McCoy, Ruiz, Ramczyk, and however order you see. And then, of course, the backup bench. You see Forrest Lamp, who's a good backup. Landon Young, I want to see what he can do. And several others in the depth chart. But look at the defense, man. The defense is the subject of so much scrutiny and positive vibes because of what they're doing. Cam Jordan sits at on the defensive line position, followed by Shai Tuttle and David Onyemata. Marcus Davenport is there. That's fierce 4 up front. You see Pete Werner and Demario Davis are there. Of course, the question is, does Quan Alexander get signed back? I say yes. The Saints have the money and the interest to bring Quan Alexander back. It would be so cool to have him come back on a 2-year deal with the black and gold defense. And it'll just improve an already lights out defense. That's the last caveat of the Saints signing Quan Alexander and bringing him on a multiple year deal to come back to the team. That is the last thing. And I do think they'll do it probably closer to training camp or right before training camp like they did before last year. Nothing new there. All right, so you see Zach Bowen there, Paulson Adebo in the secondary with Marshawn Lattimore on the other side. You see the nickel back will be Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And, of course, the safeties are Tyrann Mathieu and Marcus May. Now, remember, Marcus May is going to spend some time out of the league because of the DUI situation. We'll see how many games he'll be suspended by. So it's 2 things to watch out with Marcus May's DUI situation and Elvin Kamara's situation in Vegas. So those are the 2 things to watch out for. But really, truly, family, the Saints are loaded with help. Until he comes back. They got Justin Evans, I call him the X Factor. PJ Williams is there as well. Fantastic, man. The Saints have a great depth of things. Thank you, Brother Prime. He says the new D name is Nola or Dome Triangle. the Bermuda Triangle. That's where you go up in there. Thank you, Ashley. Ashley hit the subscribe button. Thank Ashley Sanchez. Much love to Ashley. Appreciate you, Queen, for smashing on the subscribe button. Welcome to the family, and we love you, and thank you for joining us, Ashley Sanchez. Much love to the fam. All right, so this is a terrific time, and, of course, Bradley Roby's there, the veteran, a cornerback with a lot of starter experience. The Saints have a good talent, a good depth here. If you go, and like I was looking at, fam, you look at the defense. We talked about this the other day, the other stream, the Monday stream, is that the fact that you look at the Saints defense, not just the starters, but the Saints intend that coming at you in waves and waves and waves. And they have guys that'll push Shai Tuttle for that starting position. To new passing, you could be a guy you got Kentavious Street, who has starter experience. Could he be pushing Shai Tuttle for that? Malcolm Roach and a few others. But the Saints are loaded with players all over the place. Carl Granderson, Peyton Turner. They did release Jalen Dalton the other day. But the reality is, they're still very deep there, and Jalen Dalton could possibly come back if injuries occur. Saints also have Taco Charlton they added, Peyton Turner, the former first-round draft pick there. Like I mentioned, Carl Granderson to new passing, Albert Huggins in the middle, Malcolm Roach, Jaleel Johnson, the former Texan, Braxton Hoyt, the former Titan, and Jordan Jackson, the 7th-round draft pick, what he can do. So you got a lot of depth there. And also with the linebackers, when Quan Alexander returns, it'll be fun watching him on that line. And Zach Bowen will have to get his stuff together. Caden Ellis, Dowell played well in a reserve capacity. And then DeMarco Jackson, the 5th-round linebacker, let's see what he can do. So it's going to be fun watching the Saints team line up. And even we mentioned the offense and defense, the special teams is going to be one of the best in the NFL. Why? Because Will Lutz is healthy. Remember, he had that core surgery family, and he is going to be healthy. He'll be kicking accurately this year. And of course, one of the biggest legs in the NFL, Blake Gilligan, putting you on the island, punting you into the next continent. I mean, he is phenomenal. And Deontay Harty will assume his role again as punt returner and kick returner. And we have Aesop Winston who also can do that. And also undrafted guys that come in that can also help out in that capacity. So the Saints have littered and loaded, and a lot of the backup guys on defense as well as offense will contribute to special teams, and the Saints special teams unit will get a lot better because they got a lot of guys their plan is really good guys on special teams. So really intelligent signing the Saints did this year. The only question is Jameis Winston gets healthy. He's on the path to get healthy, family. So that's the next big thing. So let's recap before we move on. New Orleans Saints feel biggest need by bringing safety Tyrann Mathieu home. We covered this article. Well done by a triplet. And then, of course, we played the entire interview by Tyrann Mathieu, opening the stream up and talking about his role and his mindset coming to New Orleans and what he envisions. And then, of course, we talked about this fact that the Saints in week 4 of the regular season next year, not the preseason, they'll be traveling to London to take on the Vikings in a game that will count. So, hey, man, we're going over there. We got to teach the Vikings some sports. You know what I'm saying? We got to teach them some real sports. We got to pay them old trifling Vikings back because they think they got something because they beat us in the playoffs. So we got to pay them back. J-Rock, thank you, bro. He says the defense name will be the NOLA Nightmare. That defense will keep Freddy Krueger up at night. The NOLA Nightmare. Thank you, J Black. Appreciate you, bro. Brother Brian, thank you, fam. He says, Q, that defense and special teams going to beast. I know, Brian, man. I'm looking at it. And that's why I was showing. I was like, man, look at that damn defense and them special teams. We are serious. And the offense will surprise you, too. When you have an offense that'll be practicing up against this defense here, man, steel sharpening steel. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate the super chat, brother. But, yeah, the question is now on the offense. And, of course, Jarvis Landry is still in play for the Saints. Word on the street. Does he step in and handle the business? If he don't come, I'm still happy for what we have. And, of course, I do believe that the Saints will ultimately, before training camp, bring veterans in. Guys, you might see Keelan Cole or D.D. Westbrook, some guy like that. Like when the Saints brought Devontae Coleman in here and tried him out. Remember that? This is what they do every year. They'll bring veterans in to kind of steady up the room and create that competition. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. So this will be fun watching. Yes, indeed, family. It's going to be very scary. But anyway, I absolutely love it, man. I think this is going to be fantastic for the Black Nation. I think we're going to be awesome. I think we're going to be great in this thing. And I'm absolutely loving every damn moment of it, baby. Let me tell you something, for real. But anyway, fam, give me just a second. I'm going to put the link in the chat for some of the family members so they can join us. Give me just a second. We'll put the link in there for the family members. Remember, fam, I'm going to try to fit. It's over 200 of us in here. Please hit the like button if you hadn't hit it. Hit the like button. I'm going to try to squeeze in as many as I can over the next hour, try to fit in. So I'm going to try to get as many people as I can. So if you got something that you want to bring up about the team, what you think about the signing of Tyrann Mathieu, the Saints draft, what's the next moves going ahead? Do you think we'll sign Quan Alexander? You can feel free to chime in the chat, and we'll open up the lines of communication for you so you can be heard. So, all right, give me just a second. I'll post that link. All right, there it is. And it's and I'm going to pin it to the chat right here. Give me a second. All right, Sincere Brian. Thank you, Sincere. Appreciate you. Much love to Sincere. Welcome to the stream. Much love to Sincere. Appreciate you, fam, for hitting that subscribe button. And welcome to the Sports Coma. Welcome to the Great Saint Dang Dang. Baby, we love our family members here. We appreciate you guys. But one thing about the Sports Coma, fam, that a lot of people that's been watching us, been going long for a while. We've been at this thing for a long time, to be honest with you. When a lot of them wasn't here, we was here hitting it up. So I just want to give a special shout out to the Great Saint Think Tank and all the great things for keeping it real and holding your own, your thought process, regardless of all of the foolishness that you hear. Because a lot of people are here, something on the news, and they turn into a bunch of parrots and start parroting everything these other people saying without applying the thought to it. And I just want to give you a shout out for being a critical thinker and having your mind. That's what I want to give you a shout out. So much love to you guys. But anyway, We got a few family members to chime in. If you won't get in, fam, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. You can simply hit that link at the top of the chat, and you can be able to pop in on the stream. I'll get y'all guys in there, and we can and talk it up. All right, so give me a second, fam. Let me switch screens right here. We got Brother Pat Rich. We're gonna bring in here, Brother Pat Rich. Can you hear me, bro? How you doing? Brother Pat Rich, can you hear me? Pat, can you hear me? All right, Brother Pat Rich, can you hear me, brother? Welcome to the show. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm sitting up here paying some cars and stuff like that. There, you can see behind me, bro. I got stuff to do. Hopefully, y'all can see the chat. But anyways, though, man, look, bro, it's amazing, man. We go on, we get the safety that we needed, man. Malcolm Jenkins retired. We got Marcus Smith. I mean, like, that defensive backfield is great, bro. And I mean, like, all these assets that we picked up also, you know, through free agency. You know, I'm just wondering what we're doing with Paulson Adebo, and besides that, why did we pick up this corner out of Tennessee? What is he going to do as a safety? You know, it's a lot of things that I wonder about, but I mean, like, hey, man, I mean, I think that we will get Jarvis Landry most likely, and if we don't, hey, we have weapons, man. We got nothing but weapons, bro. I'm feeling good. In fact, when I finish this whole conversation, I'm going to FanDuel, and I'm going to put in my bet thanks to the Super Bowl, man. I mean, like, come on, bro. What are we waiting on? I mean, shucks, bro. The only questionable thing about our whole team is Jameis. That's it. And that dude isn't questionable, man. I mean, like, look at here, bro. You give us 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. For real, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying? That means that he was being decisive with his decisions that he was making last year. And until that injury came about, man, we were playoff bound. We were actually about to go ahead and do some damage. And we had no receivers. None whatsoever. We got Olivia. We got Thomas right now. He coming back healthy. Oh, shucks. I don't even know what's going to happen with Traquan, bro. We just need to put him straight to special teams. Kevin White, put him straight to special teams. I mean, like, bro, we have a core team that we could actually go with, bro. I'm so happy that this Purple Knight is back home. He can enjoy his city, and he wants to bring a championship to us. Man, that's the most beautiful thing, bro. I mean, like, dude, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm sitting underneath this big ass fan right here. Oh, let me see if I can put that piece on camera for you. See that fan right there? I'm sitting on this big ass fan, and I am still sweating. You know why? Because I'm excited. I am ready to go. Let's go. Come on, Saints fans. Let's get out here. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right.
Q, last week you said you want to put on a helmet and run through a wall.
Give me that damn helmet,
bro. Man, look here, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but a helmet, bro. Look at here. I ain't got no helmet, but I do have something that's stronger than any mask that y'all wore throughout this whole coronavirus. I got this thing right here. I'm coming in the dome. I'm coming in the dome like Darth Vader. Ready. Oh, and also, may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. Thank you, Brother Pat. Appreciate
y'all, gentlemen. Have a nice night, bro.
You too, my brother. Who that tell you? That's Brother Pat. We're going to bring in the right to the stream. Much love to Brother Pat. May the 4th be with you. Hold on. We got JT is next. JT, how you doing, brother?
All right, Q, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Welcome on in.
Man, good to hear from y'all, man. Bless y'all. Bless all of y'all. Bless the family, man.
Same to you, my brother. What you think about this terrific signing, brother JT? What's on your mind about it, bro?
I didn't want to let down on it, but that's the best thing. I think that was the missing piece back there. You know, it's like a younger Malcolm Jenkins. You understand? But a more, I would say, a little bit more active one though. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think the Honey Badger is going to play good for us this year. I mean, come on, anybody, if you're from New Orleans, how would you want to play for your team? You'll go all out till you get old and gray. You'll go all out. And I know that's what he's going to do. He's going to play. He's going to be out there practicing. He's going to be out there leading. He's going to be ready to go. But Q, I had a question for you. I want you to do something for me. This kind of disturbed me because, you know, I always look into this with the Saints.
Right.
I remember Sean Payton. They said something about Sean Payton was trying to leave here 2 years ago or something like that.
That's right.
Okay. Now, if you was trying to leave 2 years ago, you look at, I'm going to the drafts now. You go to, and that's when he was here with Drew. Go to at least 4 drafts from now and try to see who I know who we drafted, you know, like McCoy, Davenport, Ruiz. I mean, you go get 2 centers, but anyway, yeah, you know, I mean, I do my homework. Now, you ain't going to play with me. That's how I do that. You know, I try to stay make everybody understand the way I'm thinking. Why are you going to do this to the Saints? Oh, you was trying to hurt the Saints so that you could leave? Now, mind you, these things was all done after Mr. Benson died, too. You know, with them drafting these 2 centers, with them drafting these 2 defensive ends. When you had defensive ends galore, I mean, you had Cam Jordan, you had all the other defensive ends that Trey Henderson. I mean, come on, man. What you go out to get these for? Now, I don't know if, I ain't going to say he was trying to hurt the team, but man, there's some hidden tendencies somewhere in there, you know, with this NFL stuff. I try to stay real. When I see it, I try to call a spade a spade. And you're not going to pull that wool over my head. And I know they're not pulling it over you, Q, because I know you know. But watch what happens this year. Keep an eye on things this year. How like already just started. How we never had LSU player on the team. Now we do. You understand? I mean, we have a defensive minded coach, you know, but our first pick was a wide receiver. We had an offensive minded coach, and our first pick wasn't a skill position player like that. It was another center. Which he was Ruiz, and you made him a guard. I mean, he can't. I don't understand, man. You package deal him and this other wide receiver, White. You keep putting on there. You can get 2 wide receivers, Traquan Smith. Man, I can shorten the team up with a few of them right now. I call it the way it is. I hope I'm not touching nobody's feelings or anything, but I'm still holding on to about 3 to 4 players that's not giving me 150%. And they were draft picks. So that's just me. I just wanted to say that, Q, but, you know, bring light to everything, Q. I don't want to put everybody down. I know that's too strong for him.
Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying, brother JT. I know with the
I know this for another show. I know
a lot of people like the fact that, you know, you got the Honey Badger. A lot of people was hitting me up questioning. It's like, do you think Sean Payton would have made that move? Would have gotten the Honey Badger. So, you know, so the thing is, like with the Honey, the last,
if his last name was White, he would have got him.
the last really impactful LSU player I want to say the Saints had probably was Devery Henderson. Now we did have Will Clapp here. He was an LSU guy. He was mostly as a reserve guy, and of course he's going to the Chargers now. But this is a whole nother level, right? Tyrann Mathieu is a guy that is a star in this league, and for him, even at the age of 30 to come home and we don't, you know, and he play his game in the Saints secondary. This is big. So, you know.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Q, y'all having round table tonight, Q?
No, sir. The round table will be Thursday. NFC South round table. I'm trying to, and I'll probably end up putting another round table, Who Dat round table with some of the brothers again. My boy Till and the Nola Bros.
I want to make sure I get. Oh, right. That should be nice.
That'll probably come Friday. I'm gonna try to see if I'm gonna work out the schedule. I should have did it a little earlier, but my schedule be kind of tough. But I'm gonna make sure I get that in there, whether it be Friday.
The days pass fast for me, Q. I'm older, so you know they start going fast. So you know they move slow when you're young, Q.
Yeah.
That's why I'm calling Thursday, Wednesday. So. You know.
Well, we're gonna have fun on Thursday, my brother JT, and Low and PNP brothers and Big Game James from Tampa Bay side of things. Brother James, a former defensive back for the Buccaneers, so he got some game he can kind of sprinkle on the family members when we talk about the Bucs. So that'll be fun Thursday.
Well, all right then, Q. I want to say this as I always say, Q. You're a good man. You're a leader, man, and a lot of these guys that's out here now and all these podcasts, you really is like a finding spirit to them. Believe me, you are. Even if none doesn't say it, you are. Believe me. And I see a lot of podcasters come on the show, and that's true to the fact. You're real. You're a spirit, man. Just hang in there, stay tough, man, and you're a blessed person. Y'all have a good evening, yeah. But I'm always listening, Q. I'm always around.
Much love to you, brother JT. Thank you for everything, bro. Your commentary and everything that you bring, my friend. Who that to you? Much love to you, brother.
Who that? All right.
All right. That's brother JT. Much love to brother JT, one of the realists out there. We're gonna bring in brother DeWright next. Brother DeWright, what's going on, fam? How you doing, sir?
What up, Q? What's happening, my man?
Doing
Can
good,
you hear
bro.
me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, my man. Welcome to the show. That brother JT, man. You know, we always love JT. Great
Solid,
brother.
man.
Solid brother. But brother DeWright, speaking of solid brothers, DeWright, one of the best out here, talking about the Saints, passionate. Brother DeWright, let's talk about this. Tyrann Mathieu on the black and gold. How you feel about it, brother?
Well, you know me, Q. I'm coming right with it. All right. Think about this, Who Dat Nation. When you got to play a home game, all right, you automatically get hyped for a home game because it's a home game, right, Q?
Yes, sir.
But think about if it's really your home. Think about that, man. This is his home. So him being in a home game is really a home game. So when you think about the fact that this man is about to play in a home game, he don't need to be any more lit than that, because when anybody who plays football know, when you got to play in front of family, when you got to play in front of kinfolk, when you got to play against the home crowd, you automatically get bucked, Q. Yep. That's a natural. That's a normal. So for those who say, I wonder if he still got it, y'all go see a totally different Tyrann Mathieu.
Yes, sir.
Y'all go see a younger Tyrann Mathieu come. I mean, just the fact that, you know what, I'm home.
Yep.
So with that being said, Q, you know, I was thinking about what JT said. It fell on my mind also, just not in that depth. But it fell on my mind also, Q. I'm under the understanding that maybe Dennis brought a new fire to the organization. And the reason why I say that is because they went all out, no holds barred for Dennis. You know what I'm saying? And they were willing to do that for him, which means that, you know, this man probably showed them where Sean showed them, okay, I'm ready to go. Dennis showed them, look, I'm all in. Let's do this. You know, and if I'm anywhere and somebody demonstrate to me that they all in lock solid for me and mine, bruh, I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that we go to the top. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So in that sense, I kind of feel like he feel in that sense. Now, I'm looking to see if we do get Jarvis and bring back Quan, because that'll be a reunion.
Yes.
And we deserve that, Q. If you look at the last 2 or 3 years of the draft, man, there was nothing impressive about the draft. We all was biting out nails and praying, please don't repeat the last few years. So if Jarvis come back, if Quan come back, man, look, these boys have played in front of this crowd before, and they know what it's like, man. So, you know, Jarvis get a chance to experience that also. So that's where I am with mine, Q.
That's awesome, brother. Brother DeWright, I think that's fantastic, and I agree. Honey Badger he brings so much, and then it's just his spirit, along with guys like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Lattimore, Paulson the Deep, and we just talking secondary here.
Right.
You know, and we're not
Oh,
talking about
goodness.
Demario Davis and Cam Jordan and the rest of these guys that's going to bring it this year. And then, of course, we talked about Davenport's injury situation that occurred. We got Peyton Turner and step behind him. Granderson is there.
Right.
They added depth behind those guys just in case for injuries, bracing for injuries, because over the last several years, that was something that really got to the Saints. Of something that to need to be said that isn't said enough, like was said, well said by Triplett in the article, is that the Saints set a record last year with 58 starters in a season dealing with injuries in C19. That's something
crazy, Q.
that is insane. So
That
you can
is
see
insane.
that's why you can see the Saints heavy-handed in the signing, especially along in the defense, the linebackers, and everything that they got. The kind of that last year taught them some stuff to be prepared for that. If that ever was to happen again. So you can see the Saints adjusting live time to how life was last year and moving to make sure they ensure themselves from that in the future. So that can't go being overstated that was a serious thing. You can see all that depth and see what the Saints are doing. So I congratulate them, man. Dennis Allen, listen, that we got in the pro shop, there's a Trust the Dennis shirt. A lot of family members say, I don't trust the Dennis yet, but you got to give Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland and the rest of the Saints brass credit for the type of stuff that they're doing now after all of the stuff that happened to them, like showing Coach Payton just leaving, and then they have to get their footing and all the other stuff that's happening. And they put together a solid draft. They went free agency, they solidified some stuff, and they're still not done. It's still the Jarvis Landry card to fall that he's still contemplating between the Browns and whatchamacallit. We know that our Saints are going to be pushing him to sign, but even if he comes, he don't come. We had a fantastic signing of undrafted talent with all this collegiate experience. And then of course the Saints are going to add veterans before training camp. I like what we're doing. Quan Alexander's another shooter drop, but I love what the Saints are doing. I'm gonna keep it real with you, brother DeWright. Love it.
Yes, man. I love what they're doing, man. And just considering that, you have to take your hats off, man, because some of the pieces that he brought in, and if you look at the pieces, let's not talk about pieces from a player perspective, from a coaching perspective. These are the coaches that actually was a part of the Super Bowl run. So
Yes.
Dennis is not stupid, man.
No.
And you know what? From what I understand, they say the best teacher is sometimes failure.
Yes.
And he failed where he went before. And so I'm quite sure he learned a lesson that I'm not doing that again. So I'm going to make sure all my players are in place. I'm going to make sure all of my coaches in place, because when I put the product on the field, look, I got them fans, man. Them fans are behind me 200%. And I'm going to be honest. I saw the man's defense. I trust the man. Because when you can stop the best in the game, when you can stop Tom Brady without even batting an eye, and you know you don't have an offense to put on the field to even compete with the man, bro, you know what you're doing.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
on that note, Q, man, look, let me just second my guy and say, bro, it's admirable, man, to just be a part of you, man. And you are one of the icons out there when it comes to podcasting. And, you know, you need to be on that pedestal, bro. And we're going to make sure you stay there, bro, because we appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do. And to all the Who Dat ladies out there, happy Mother's Day to you if we don't talk again. And Q, Who Dat, my man?
Who Dat, brother DeWright? Thank you. Much love right back to you, my friend. Appreciate you and the diehards, man. Y'all make it possible, bro. Thank you. Who Dat to you, bro?
Hey, Q, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
They've been avoiding me down here in Florida, Q. I've been trying to get a conversation, but they avoided me.
Nah, they be smart to avoid you. That's why they avoid.
don't want to talk to me.
They know what time it is. They know what
I'm
time
out.
it is. All right, brother DeWright. Much love, bro. Be safe out there.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's brother DeWright. Much love, brother DeWright, man. All right, we got brother Brian chiming in next, bro, and of course brother Randolph in just a second. I want to give a shout out to T-Pain 12NO. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button, baby. Much love to you. Appreciate you joining the family. Much love to all of the fantastic family members that smashed on the subscribe button. 250 plus of us in the building. Please hit the like button. We're passionate, man. We're happy. We know that, and not so much surprised about the Tyrann Mathieu signing is the fact that this was something that should have been done years ago. You see what I'm saying? And the Who That's in the building would hit they know off top that this was a move that was supposed to be made years ago. that Tyrann Mathieu could have been in the black and gold. A lot of people say, well, he wasn't ready to come here, Q. Originally, when he went to Texans, you might have had a point because he did make that but he grew a lot and we had an opportunity. But anyway, you know, despite the fact, I'm glad he's here because it completes the circle. It brings him home. He's a fantastic playmaker, but I'm really happy about all the other stuff around him, to be honest with your family. I'm happy about the fantastic group of players and personalities that Tyrann Mathieu could be able to mesh with. You see what I'm saying? And he mentioned that dapping and all that. That's that old handshake coordinator, PJ. He gonna get him up to speed on all the latest dappings and all that. You know, the handshake coordinator, he gonna get them together. Anyway, so appreciate you, T-Pain 12. All right, let's see. Bua Forever, thank you for subscribing as well. And also Brother Prom, thank you for your super chat. He said he kept injured Breeze in the Tampa Bay playoff loss. He meaning Coach Payton. I got you, Brother Prom, appreciate you. All right, so who that to the fam, Brother Deputy Mario and the rest of the fam, Slim, Derek, Elite, KK, I see you, baby. Much love to you, Brother Marlon, Nola Dynasty, John Thompson, 3 L's is in the building. Linda, what's up, Queen? Much love. Appreciate you, Tedra, Pammy, Whammy, Inevitable. And so one of the family members saying, Q, they need a laugh. They want me to bust that Mickey for them. Talk to Dennis. Much love. All right, who gonna bring on here, Brother Brian? Brother Brian, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream.
What's going on, Q, man? How y'all doing, man?
Doing good, my brother. Welcome on in, my brother. We talking Honey Badger. We could talk about the draft. The floor is open, bro. What you want to talk about, Brother Brian?
Man, you know, I mean, I think about T Matt, man. I think everything pretty much been said, man. I mean, for me, I mean, I love having a dude home. I love having a dude, you know, in a system where I think he gonna have fun for a change. You know, he ain't got to worry about Hagnola, messing up the play calls. I think, you know, somewhere where he gonna be comfortable. You know, he can let down and just have fun. Ain't got to think, just react and go get the ball.
Right.
So I think, you know, it's, you know, just looking at it, man, it's like, man, you know, you don't know who, you know, looking at that cornerback room right now, you don't know who coming from where. I mean, I know in the last couple of years we done kind of had injury, man, but to me it seemed like somebody might not have a spot. They may end up on the practice squad because right now, man, that defensive back room is serious.
Yeah,
and
fierce.
I mean, yeah. But I think, you know, a lot of folks talking about the whole Jarvis Landry thing. I mean, and Landry would be a bonus. I mean, I'm not really like big on it, but I think my biggest concern right now is getting another running back, man.
Okay.
I know, you know, Abrams seems he's going to be you know, he may be pretty good, but I think we need to get, you know, somebody that's out there, one of them veterans that's going, you know, a pound, even if, you know, Kamara if he gets the minimum, I still think that we need to get a hammer in that backfield because we don't know how long Ingram going to last. Sure. And so, you know, just to kind of bring up a couple of folks, you know, I was talking to Bob Rosen last night.
Okay.
And, you know, I brought up Sony Michel. I think Sony Michel could be a decent, if his knees hold up, I think he can be a good addition. And then, you know, the Pigeons, they let Mike Davis go yesterday. And I mean, as a running back, I actually like Mike Davis. I think he's a decent running back if given the right system.
Right.
So, yeah, and to kind of pivot over. So, I mean, I really think we need a running back. I do like the undrafted free agents we got.
Right.
I'm hoping Smoke Monday make the team.
Yeah, I like him, bro.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I followed him at Auburn.
Yeah.
I think he can do a lot. I like his range. I like his nastiness. You know, he can actually tackle. So we got to worry about him doing the Marcus Williams. I like him. I like Shaheed. I think I saw some of Shaheed highlights, man. And Shaheed is a dog.
Yes.
So I mean, and I also like
Dixon.
Yeah, I like Dixon because I mean he's that quintessential Saints receiver. He's big, like the Saints light.
Yep.
I think he could be pretty good, but man, Sewell,
Yeah, yeah. The
I
linebacker.
hope
Yeah,
Sewell make the team.
yeah, bro. He was supposed to be drafted, Brian.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. And even if he don't, even if he don't go in as a linebacker, I mean safety. I mean the dude is just, I mean super talented.
yeah.
So I mean, so it's like I said, some of these guys that think they on a free lunch. I mean, I think these young guys gonna run them off the special teams crew and gonna get their jobs, man. Because
Well, yep.
it's a lot.
We got a lot of talent, bro. You right.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So I mean, who on that undrafted free agency list you really looking at?
Well, you mentioned one of them, bro. I mean, several of them actually. Abram Smith to me is intriguing, bro. I watched footage of him during the draft, but I was able to go back and watch some more footage on him. Runs hard as hell, man. Smart running back, and you got to watch out for them undrafted guys, bro. Especially at the running back position for us. You know, he might be in that vein, so we'll see. And you mentioned a couple of the wide receivers. Dixon is a really intriguing prospect. 6'4", 200 pounds. He has decent speed, can attack the ball at the highest point, block. Got a chip on his shoulder. And you mentioned Shaheed, the fantastic kick return wide receiver. He's a priority signing by the Saints as a free agent. They gave that man 200+ thousand.
Yeah, 220,000.
They did that.
And, it's a few of them got guaranteed money already.
They really like him because of his kick returning ability. He's pretty good at that thing. So it'd be interesting to see how the Saints employ him. So when we talk about wide receivers, a lot of people say, okay, go get Jarvis Landry. But don't discount a lot of these 17 undrafted guys, man. The Saints got a lot. These college guys have a lot of experience. Who's going over it? Got a lot of games played here.
Yeah. And I think it's funny that you said that, because I was going to say that if you notice too, man, with the Saints, it's a certain kind of guy they pick.
Yeah.
They pick guys that are very smart, who are tenured guys who are captains on their team.
Yep.
Multiple sports, and guys who played a lot of ball, got a lot of experience. Those are the guys the Saints want.
Yep.
And so you notice that they got more quality this time than quantity. It wasn't really about the quantity. It's more about the quality of the players.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man. But hey, that's all I got, man. But hey, thanks for having me on. Hey, we family, man. And I can't wait for the season to start.
Man, listen, bro, we got this, man. I'm loving it. Of course, we know Quan Alexander signing is coming down the line. We know that's going to happen. And there's a few other things we're going to see. And you mentioned Sony. You mentioned Davis. That was thrown out there. I think Hoodie threw that out there the other day. So, yeah, you could see that, bro. Remember, I mentioned Coleman. They did, the Saints signed Coleman in years past. So you're going to see some vet signings to kind of fill in some of these positions that, that we need to have. So the Saints ain't done yet, bro. But Brian,
go ahead, Brian. Hey, real quick, what you think about the Jackson twins?
The Jackson twins? You talking?
That's what I call them. Jordan Jackson and DeMarco.
Yeah, DeMarco, man, is going to be fantastic for the Saints, man. He's just the dude just was born. He's born to be a football player, man. I mean, in terms of his athleticism, his look and everything. I mean, if you put the tape on, he's nasty. He flies around and make plays. So I mean, I think he's going to be fantastic. The 7th-round selection has some ability. I think he had 9 sacks from the defensive interior line position at one time.
I think he actually is the 2nd highest sack leader in all of with the armed forces football.
Yeah, and let me tell you something about the Saints getting these 5th, 6th, 7th rounders. When they get these guys, bro, it's always a method to the Saints' madness most of the times. And when they reached and got him, I was like, that's intriguing that they would go and get that defensive lineman, being that you had all the guys that we had. Defensive line is our deepest position. Why would you go 7th round? It's a method to the madness here.
It is. But have you seen his get up, man? His burst
through
the line.
Yeah. I was watching some footage on him. Yeah, he needs some work to do, but listen, this the type of guys that a guy like Ryan Nielsen could work with. Yeah. Ryan Nielsen is a guy that's really sound fundamentally. He used passion and teaches those guys. And like what happened with Cam, when he got with Cam, he refined Cam's game and took Cam to another level. So we have some really great coaches, and
Yeah.
we forget about the defense sometimes. Who's chairing it? It's a defensive coordinator. It's a shared position. The
Yeah,
DC
yeah.
is both Richard and it's Nilsson. So
Yeah,
this is gonna be
that's
fun.
why I think too. Yeah, I think too, man. It's going to be a lot about coaching. I'm like, I hope Doug Marrone can coach up Ruiz, man.
Good point.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he can coach up Ruiz. And with Taylor, man. At first I was a little confused about the Taylor pick, but I said, you know what, Christian Shaw can coach up anybody.
Yeah, and I said that, bro. I was like, listen, if you don't believe in the pick, do you believe in Coach Richard? And it was like, yeah. And I said, well, if you believe in Richard, and you know this guy runs a 4-3-6 safety who knows how to tackle, this guy could be something for you, and he could play. You could groom him to play multiple positions. He could be a player for you. And remember, we got some other stuff going on. Like, why you need all these safety, bro? All that stuff, the C-19 stuff, the injuries. Saints got hit hard last year, bro. And that's a part of the mindset of the team. It appears.
Like nobody else, man. Like nobody else. And we got to think, man. It's like we have to be prepared to go into them situations, because how many starters we have last year?
58 starter changes last year, which was an NFL record. It was ridiculous what was going on. The Saints still finished with a winning record despite the fact. With a winning record. So,
absolutely.
I mean, that has to be a lesser team would have crumbled. We seen Carolina, no disrespect to the brothers, but Carolina crumbled under the pressure. The Saints still was able to climb and get a winning record. In one game, we in the playoffs without a quarterback most of the time. So, man, we got it. We got it this year.
Yeah. So I can't wait, man. I'm in Atlanta, so I said I'm gonna take off work one day and go troll the Falcons. But hey, man, thanks for having me on, man. Who that? And we in this thing.
Thank you, brother Brian. Appreciate you, my brother. Much love to you. Be safe out there, bro.
All right, take care.
All right, brother Brian. Appreciate you. That brother Brian chiming in, man. Much love to that brother, man, chiming in the stream, man. Much love to him. We got brother Randolph chiming out. Thank you, Judah. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the family members. That was great commentary by brother Brian, especially the part when he said he was going to go troll the Falcons people. We need more of those. So if the great Saint Think Tank family members up in Atlanta, this is your opportunity to go and troll the Atlanta Falcons. Now, we love our brother Big Low. Y'all know Big Low is a good friend of mine. And, we love Low. And Low comes through, and he was talking about 004, 504. I had to put the spy music on. Yes. Stop messing around. But anyway, Randolph, you stay where you at, my friend. I'll bring you in momentarily. Let me give a few shout outs. Brother Judah, thank you for your super chat, fam. Says Sony Michael is visiting New Orleans this week. Thank you, Judah. Appreciate that. Good information there. I heard that a couple of family members were sending me that I meant to share that article. While Randolph is on, I'll break it out and put that article and see if I can find that information to share with the rest of the family members, giving them a reference point. Thank you, Jude. Appreciate your information in the super chat. Brother Rich Rules, thank you for your super chat too. Says, Q, feel good about the D, but feel our O is being neglected. We need running backs ASAP. Thank you, Brother Rich Rules. Yeah, you was, and you, I seen a few of your commentaries where you were talking about that, about the offensive line. And it's like that because of the all of the great names defense has had. But I think that'll pick up a bit once the Saints add a few more commodities offensively speaking. If Jarvis Landry jumps on, we'll start seeing some love on the offensive side. Sony Michel jumps on, you'll see some love there. So, I wanted to go out and get Mack, the former Indianapolis Colts running back, and bring him in. But the Texans beat us to it, and they gave him a contract for $2 million. So, but hey, man, I'm not worried about Michelle, especially in a reserve role. He's a good back and could help the black and gold. So thank you there, bro. Appreciate you. Much love to you and Deputy Mario. Thank you, fam. Thank you, Deputy Mario. Hold on, let me get my friend to see what Deputy Mario put up here. Let me give you a shout out. Hold on, my brother. All right, Deputy Mario says, could you speak about Holmes, number 3, Jack State, coming to the Saints as an undrafted free agent? All right, let me pull up, because I know I didn't get an opportunity. Let me see if I can pull up. Let me see if I can pull them up and see if I can put them on screen, or at least give you a breakdown of CJ Holmes. But I knew the Saints were. They got rid of Dalton and what's his name? The brother Kavari Russell, the defensive back. So I was hearing about. Let me pull that information up. Give me just a second there. Just a second. Let me see if I can pull him up here and talk about him here. C.J. Holmes from Jackson State. Let me see. See if I can pull that up there. I don't know how. Hold on. Give me just a second, my brother. Let me see if I can. All right. Let me see. Make sure I spell that name right here. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right. Let me see. Yeah. Hold on here. Let me see if I can pull them up, bro. Cause let me see here. Let me make sure because yeah. CJ Holmes is like the guy that got away. All right, hold on. Thank you for that. Let me make sure I got. Thank you there, and much love to Cajun Patriot, man. Thank you, Cajun Patriot, for hitting that subscribe button, bro. Deputy Myra, I'm gonna give you some information on that, bro. Thank you for your super chat. I'm gonna look that up and see if I can share that article with the family members as we move forward. But you know, I covered a lot of the undrafted guys on the first show as well. So appreciate you there. I'm gonna look that guy up and I'm gonna give you some feedback in a moment. Once again, thank you, Judah, for your super chat. Much love to Cajun Patriot for hitting the subscribe button. Free game, thank you, bro. They gave us a C+ draft grade. Q. I hear you, free game. I mean, these people are nincompoops, bro. What can I tell you? They are absolute nincompoops, bro. So I mean, it is what it is, bro. Yeah. Hold on here. Let me see if I can pull them up on here. Yeah, and yeah, that was a part in what you're talking about, Deputy Mario. Is the fact that, you know, the Saints had it. Hold on, let me see if I can. Well, I could just tell y'all about it, but it's also a part of the signings where the Saints were bringing in Pat Swilling's son, looking at him and Bruce Swilling, which is a running back. And I think that when I did the show, that other rest of the draft pick news came out later about Holmes out of Jackson State, your safety there, and then there's brother Martin alum and Bruce Jordan Swilling out of Georgia Tech, as well as ex-wide receiver D. Anderson from Alabama A&M, have all been invited to the rookie camp for a tryout, and that's information from Nick Underhill, and that was after the fact. So New Orleans native C.J. Holmes, which is a safety from Jackson State, brother Martin alum Bruce Jordan Swilling, the son of Pat Swilling, the Hall of Fame, well, not yet, but the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame member, and of course, D. Anderson from Alabama A&M, who's another wideout, have been invited to the rookie minicamp so the Saints can take a look. But anyway, and this was broke. Thank you, Randy. Randy LeBlanc hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Hold on just a second, Randolph. I'm going to bring you in, my friend. Anyway, I'm going to do some research on them, and I'm brother Deputy Mario, and I'm going to chime back in, brother, on that. But let me bring in Randolph. Randolph, welcome to the stream, bro. How you doing? Thank you for waiting.
What's up, Q? What's up, baby?
It's good with it, bro. How you doing, Randolph?
Man, it's a great day in the Who Dat Nation. Like
Yes.
that old wrestling term from DX, the Young Guns. Oh, you ain't know? Your ass better call somebody. The prodigal son has come home, baby.
Yeah.
Yes. Our defense just got nastier. Yes.
Randolph, let me ask you this, bro, because a lot of people are really happy about the Honey Badger coming home, bro. It's like one of the parts we know. The last component of the defense is the Quan Alexander signing, which I believe really will happen. But getting the Honey Badger, remember our safeties last year, and I don't want, you know, they played well for us last year. Williams and Jenkins. Jenkins retired. Williams goes to Baltimore on a super fat contract. In your opinion, with Marcus May and out in the Honey Badger, this is to me an upgrade. What do you say?
I say with Tyrann, it's an upgrade because he's 4.5 years younger than Malcolm. We're getting the same leadership. As far as Marcus May, and I've seen highlights of Marcus May and from what I read about him, I think that's I think that's maybe an even swap, man. But but the thing is, both of those guys, Tyrann and Marcus, both they can flip flop. So between strong and free, and of course Tyrann can even go into nickel some. But I'll have to say it's an upgrade, and I'm very happy compared to what it was when we lost Marcus and then um, Malcolm retired and we signed Sorensen and things like that. So
Justin
I'm
Evans.
very happy. Right. So I'm very happy where we are now as a defense. The off season has been this is man, the Saints never disappoint in off season, man. It's kind of quiet, man. Then boom, it's like an explosion. We go out, they sign Marcus May, then you don't hear anything, then bam, the Saints are in the hunt for Deshaun Watson, which in turns turned out to be a blessing in disguise because them going out to Deshaun forced them to get under the cap and get money. I mean, we had what 19, almost 20. Once we cleared the cap, we had like 24 million at one time, if I'm not mistaken. Man, we haven't been there in years, And I just love the aggressive style that they're going with this year. It's aggressive, but they're also making strategic and very wise choices of who to bring to this organization into that locker room. Because we have a culture, and just listening to some of Tyrann's press conference today, one thing that stuck with me was he said that he had to reach out to a couple guys on the team to see how they felt about him coming, and that right there, man, is a first it's a sign of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm not coming to step on no toes. I want to be part of what y'all, have going on, and I'm sure, they show them none but love, So I think we're in a very good position on defense. Offense, we still can use another veteran receiver, I think, to complement the ones we have now. I would like to have Jarvis, but of course, if he's still on that 20 million or whatever, of course not. A guy that I've been saying that I wouldn't mind us going after it because he has rapport with Jameis would be Adam Humphrey. You know, um, running back wise, I heard you guys speaking about maybe Sony Michelle. That would be an excellent pickup to hold it down. Sony along with Mark to hold it down until Elvin comes back off his suspension. But I'm just happy, man, that to see Tyrann come back home and really, man, be able to come back home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when you're from the city, you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
The young man has matured. He's a leader on and off the field. He was coming back in the summer doing things in the city for the community, for the kids, man. And he said numerous times about wanting to do things for the community and be a role model, a source of inspiration for our city youth, man. And he's definitely on track to be that, man. Just praying this year, man, that our team can stay virtually healthy, man. We don't lose nobody significant or insignificant for the entire season, man. Um, I would like to see us still address. I like to see us bring in a veteran guard on that offensive line, someone to push young Caesar, man. You know, um, like you and the gentleman before were speaking about. I would like, I would hope that Doug Marone can help Caesar. First of all, I think with his confidence,
Right.
You know, second season he a coach, he needs to be in the strength and conditioning, get stronger. You know, and man, just work his behind off, improve his technique. You know, um, because I mean I know a lot of us like he's horrible and all that, man, but they're not just gonna get rid of him. He's a first round pick, man. So you know, let's hope he develops and the light goes on this year. He accepts the coaching, and he applies the coaching to his game, and he improves, man. Because if he improves, that whole offense and line improves, which in turn means we as a team improve. You know, so that's what I'm looking at. I think we should bring in a veteran tight end too, man. You know, competition, man. I just want competition because iron sharp as iron. And man, that DB, man, that DB backfield, it's gonna be a battle back there, man. Somebody's not gonna have a somebody's not gonna be part of this team, man. Come September, October, man. It's cool. I can't wait to see those battles in camp, man. It's gonna be ridiculous, man. Those guys are gonna push each other, you know. And I just want them to keep pushing those youngsters on kids on our young receiver core. You know Mike is back, so Mike, you know Mike's gonna want all the smoke,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I love to be there to see when him and CD go at it, you
Oh
know,
my goodness.
pushing each other. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
man. You know, so man, I'm just happy today because we're making moves. The Saints are a team, man. I feel if Jameis can stay healthy, we can keep him upright. That this season, you know, we can accomplish some great things, man. Um, I mean, 5-2 before his injury was had a good completion percentage. Wasn't making any real as people want to say boneheaded plays. And man, let me just say this, man. There are a lot of our fellow Who That Nation members who need to stop listening. You sound just like the national media. Cause if I hear you all say one more time about that 30 for 30 season, man, the man's been with us for 3 years. Has he thrown 30 intercepts with us? Has he thrown 5 intercepts with us? No. I mean, man, it gets kind of ridiculous, Q, when you hear your own fan base, and that's what they'll tell. Oh, I don't trust James because why? Well, because he threw 30 intercepts that year. He had 30 turnovers. He also threw for 5,000 yards and had 30 plus touchdowns. What about that? You know, it's you got to look at the whole thing, man. It just some of our family members, man, in the nation, man, they just make me sick. They whine too much, man. You know, support what we got, man. We got a hell of a team. Um, the off season is going better than a lot of us could have expected, man. How it started out, you know. So that's my take, Q. And with these undrafted free agents, man, what do you think? Oh, I was surprised because we just spoke about it the other day, man. They, that our guy Jalen Dalton got released, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was surprised by that, bro. But then again, um, you know, I was like, you know what? It's early in the season. They could always cycle them back, and the Saints do that. I mean, they will release some of the defensive tackles, you know, the backup defensive tackles, and then literally later bring them back. But I mean, they're loaded in the defensive. We've said it's probably the deepest position not named, you know, and that's not the secondary, the defensive line. I mean, with Contavious Street, a pass. I mean, there's so many defensive linemen there, so it's going to be a lot of competition going on in the defensive on the defensive line, the edge and interior positions to show up and show out. So, I mean, yeah, Dalton is a guy I like because he was leading, you know, the battles in preseason the last couple of years before he got hurt both times. And I guess the Saints saying, you know, let's go look at somebody else. But he could come back. I mean, based on if injuries were to occur and he's still available, I could see the Saints cycling him back. We do this from time to time.
Well, like the saying goes, the best ability is availability.
That is
You know,
true. That is a big
so
part of it. Yes.
that's what it is. And looking at the depth of our offensive line, man, I think we have young. We have like 3 young prospects. If you count, I think Landon Young, man. I just think that kid's gonna be a player for us, man. I just do. I like what I saw in the limited time he was in there. I just think he's gonna be a great asset to us, man. And hopefully Andrews can stay healthy this year and just work on his pass blocking technique. Because Pete is one hell of a run blocker. You know, it just sometimes when he's pass blocking, man, he's not sinking his hips and he drops his head, man. And you drop your head, you can't. You gotta look at your man. You gotta see your man, Andrews.
Yes.
But man, that's all I got, man. It's a great 504 day. You know, the 504 has come home. He's ready. He's eager. The fan base is ready. The tailgate's gonna be crazy. Sundays are gonna be, especially Tampa Bay and Atlanta Sundays in the dome is gonna be crazy, man. So everybody out there in Who That Nation, man, y'all take care, man. Love one another, man. And to all the queens out there, you know, happy Mother's Day to you all. And Q, I'll talk to you later, my brother.
All right, much love, brother Randolph. Appreciate you, bro. And who that to you, my brother?
Who that?
That's brother Randolph, one of the real deal great Saint think tank family members, man. And Randolph keeps it real and tells you, and it keeps it real. Randolph is the truth. All right, so anyway, man, let's keep it moving. I'm sorry to tell the family members this. I promise I'm gonna come back in the week, and I got time for one more family member. The free game to slide on in that thing, but you know, I promise, brother Jerry and Hype. I promise when I come back on the next go around, we got a stream tomorrow, Thursday. We got a NFC South roundtable post draft with Big Low, PNP, and Big Game James from the Tampa side of things. So that'll be tomorrow. But I promise you, brothers, that Friday stream I'll come back and then I'll bring you guys in. Just chime in and I'll put you ahead of the line. Okay. All right, free game. You coming up next? Just stay right where you are. Let me give a few shout outs to the rest of the family members. Deputy Mario, just to answer your question, my brother. Oh, well, you know, let me just say this to Deputy Mario asked about CJ Holmes. When Randolph was talking, I was doing some research and looking at some footage of CJ Holmes, the cornerback that the Saints brung aboard for rookie tryouts. And he's 5'11" and a half. Has pretty decent speed. I was looking at some of the footage of him run over at night. Of course, he is from New Orleans. His high school was Lusher. So, you know, and it breaks down his scouting report. I was able to pull up his scouting report on him. And the one liner says Holmes is an HBCU product with good length and tremendous ball skills. He's opportunistic looking at on the film. He's physical too. Two things that could favor him well in the evaluation process. His pros is Holmes has good length for the position that repeatedly shows with his pass breakup ability. He is very active. You know, he reminded me of the guy that went to the XFL that we had here, and they was trying to give him an opportunity. He was a bit undersized, but he had good jumping ability, and he would give taller guys fits. You know, that was the guy there that was really a free game. I was gonna bring you in for one last segment there, brother, if you're still there. And it was interesting. But Holmes plays through the hands of bigger receivers with tremendous ball skills. His quick feet and fluid hips allow him to play disciplined but fast in zone coverage with multiple interceptions coming from depth. His feet are active at the line of scrimmage, and he always plays with adequate leverage and foot fire out of breaks. And that's true. I was looking at some of his information and some of the footage, and he looks the part. But the issue is Holmes played at the FCS division, where the receivers are not as dominant, and that's always that they hit you. You can only beat who in front of you. You know, that's all you can do. He has long speed, and man ability are left to be questioned. Plays good in zone, but you know, sometimes a faster receiver can give him fits. A taller receiver can give him fits, but he's active and a fighter. But the summary is he's fluid corner with decent length and obvious ball skills to the position. He plays with sound technique in his lower half and disciplined eyes above his smaller level of competition. Ability to cover bigger receivers at the NFL level will be his two biggest questions needing answer. According to the film that I was watching, he attempts to get physical with bigger wide receivers, and that's his thing. He'll jump up all on top of the head, knocking the ball away. So he got some temper and a bit of upsetness, and and not letting nobody play with him. He ain't no docile cornerback. He's very active. So I mean, this might, this is interesting, but this is what the Saints have been doing. They've been bringing really good talent, especially this year, with a lot of guys with a lot of playing ability. And C.J. Holmes is an interesting cornerback, so we'll see. It's a thick cornerback room this year in the secondary. Man, time will tell. But the Saints did get the bring the brother in from Jackson State, and they got another one from Alabama A&M, which is a wide receiver that they're attempting to bring in. And that's the word on him. So thank you for that. And also Sony Michel. This is coming from Bleacher Report family. The reference article is Bleacher Report. You'll find it. It's called Sony Michel Rumors. Saints Dolphins host former Rams running back in free agency. That's by Aaron Walsh. That article was put out May the 5th of 2022. Which is kind of hard to do because that's actually Thursday. So it was kind of predated ahead of time. But the free agent running back Sony Michel is searching for a new home, and Michel has met with the Dolphins and is slated to meet with the Saints later this week. So later this week can mean Friday. We'll know for certain, but this is Jeremy Fowler. So if you're looking for a reference article about Sony Michel, for those that hadn't hit it, feel free to go to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler tweet, and he was the one that put this information out that he already met with the Dolphins and is slated to meet with the Saints this week. So a little information there. I just wanted the reference article from the family members as well. So we're going to bring in Free Game in just a second. Thank you, Deputy Mario. Appreciate you there. Big shout out to Marlon too. Marlon, thank you for your super chat, fam. I didn't get a chance to thank you, but thank you, Marlon Nash, for your super chat. Who that to you, my brother? Thank you as well. Also, thank you, Randy LeBlanc, for hitting the subscribe button. Jamar O, thank you as well, fam. Appreciate you. Soldier 5044 hit thank you as well. Appreciate you. Molly Mall, thank you for your super chat. He says, Big Q, don't forget to play the spy music tomorrow. On low. Okay, I got you, bro. And Brother Brian, thank you for your super chat too. He says, I think we can bring Darrell Williams. Yeah, Darrell Williams home too. He would be a great addition to the running back room. Yeah, there was an article we talked about with 4 post free agents the Saints could sign after the draft, and he was one of the guys. Runs really hard, could be a good running back for the Saints. We'll see. Sony Michel's a guy the Saints looking at as well, so you never can tell, bro. You know what I mean? So thank you as well, Brother Brian, and a few Cash App family members. Thank you, KK baby, for putting up the link. But much love to the fam. Appreciate you. Brother Joseph. What's up, Brother Joseph? Big Daddy Francis. Thank you for your super chat, fam. Also, thank you, Didi. Who Dat 111. Thank you. Says I'm trolling the Falcons. Thank you, KK baby. Salute to you. All right, and thank you, Brother Gary. Thank you, Gary Green, for the Cash App as well. So thank you, Gary Green, for your Cash App. KK, appreciate you, Queen, and Brother and Joseph, Big Daddy Francis. Thank you, cuz appreciate you for the Cash Apps, man. Let's bring in a Free Game, man. We got time for one more person, Brother Byron. I'm gonna have to bring you back on the Friday stream, my brother. Just chime in. I promise you, Jerry and Hype will put you ahead of the line, my brother. Free Game, you're on the show, bro. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, bro. What you think about the moves, bro?
I'm gonna go over a couple of free agents that I like, that I watched film on. Basically, that the Saints signed. You can hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay, DeMarco Jackson of Texas Tech. What I noticed about him, he don't allow no yards at the catch. He's a really good cover 2 tackler. Like, you won't get no yards after the catch. Like, he closed so fast on, the receivers after they catch the ball. It's like crazy. He's very, very good tackler, and I understand why, because they're going to use him in man-to-man situations. It basically tackled the receivers for no yards after the catch. Vincent Gray. Vincent Gray is honestly in my opinion, is better than the second round draft pick. I don't know what happened to Vincent Gray. I don't know why he didn't get drafted, but man, this dude can hit. You know what I mean? He's a cornerback from Michigan. Man, he can tap. He's a hitter. You know what I mean? He's a hitter, and he come downhill real fast. Jack corner, what it is, corner or something like that. Jack Corner got hurt in a boat accident.
Okay.
But I think he can be a really good safety. I think we should get rid of Storison and just keep him because he has some great leadership abilities. I like that move that they brought in, and he's fast. For a white guy, he can run and jump. Very, very fast. Now, Smoke Monday from Auburn, right? Yeah, Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
You can't turn your back on him. Like, if you turn your back on him, if you throw the ball late, turn your back, he have the ability to just get interceptions. And he's taking them to the house. I think he had like three or four interceptions returns for touchdowns. If you turn your back and you throw the ball late, he's coming to pick the ball, and I think he's going to stay on the team. This guy Joe DeBlanco, he's really good. I don't know why he didn't get drafted. Really good for Cincinnati. I think it's probably with some health issues, but he was really good. Isaiah Pryor, I think it's a confidence thing with him. You know what I mean? His confidence just seemed low. I don't know what happened. But Nepe Sewell is the brother of Penei Sewell, the left tackle for the Lions.
Right.
The dude ran a 4.5 at linebacker.
He's good, bro. I don't know how.
He's good.
I don't know how he wasn't drafted, bro. I don't know how.
I don't know how.
I thought he was.
I don't know why.
In the later rounds, I really did.
I don't know why he didn't get drafted. I mean, that's crazy to me. He really good linebacker. He's going to be a starter probably. He's going to be a starter. I don't know why he didn't get picked. I just don't know why. He's fast. He plays safety. He moved from safety to linebacker. He can he got good pass coverage. His brother plays in the NFL. Hey, that's a steal right there.
Yeah, 44 games of of college experience, by the way, and that's the running theme. We covered it. These guys, the Saints are bringing in, have a lot of collegiate experience. We talking about Sewell. You just mentioned 6 feet 226, 44 games, and in a lot of production too. 254 tackles, 22 and a half stops for loss, 5 interceptions, 10 passes defense. I mean, the guy is all over the place. And incredibly productive and fantastic guys with a lot of college experience. So, this is going to be fun to watch this crop of undrafted guys perform this year.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't get drafted. That's crazy. The receiver, DeJean Dixon, from
Dixon.
Nichols,
right?
He's a faster version of Lil Jordan Humphreys. He's a little bit faster than Lil Jordan Humphreys. The same ability to catch the ball in traffic and be a possession receiver. He's just a little bit faster, and that's good. The other dude, he's a good punt returner. Rashid Shaheed, yeah.
Right.
And Lucas Kroll, something like that.
Right, the tight end.
Don't know why he didn't get drafted. Don't know. Like, he make big time touchdowns. Every time you turn on the film, he's in the end zone.
He's big player. 6'6", 260.
6'6". 6'6", and will catch over anybody. I'm talking. Don't know why he didn't get drafted.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was watching footage of him. He is kind of crazy. He got like that. I'm not saying that he is Jeremy Shockey, but he got like Jeremy Shockey, like crazy mentality, that type of thing.
He an energizer. He an energizer, man.
Yeah.
And we need an energizer, man.
Yeah.
We do. We need a crazy one out of the bunch.
Yeah.
And the last one is Abram Smith. Abram Smith is slow as molasses. But I don't know how you get 1,600 yards. I just don't know how you get 1,600 yards. He must know what he's doing. You know what I mean? He do hit the hole.
With
He
12
know what holes to
touchdowns.
hit. What 12 touchdowns? I don't know. Like he remind me of what's that guy that played for that was with RG3, the running, but Alfred Morris. That's who he remind me of.
Okay. That's a fair. Yeah, that's fair.
That's he it looked like he moving slow, but he just stay in the end zone every time.
Yeah.
And that's it, man. That's all I wanted to, I just wanted to get a report, man.
Well, free game, bro. I appreciate you chiming in, man. Listen, man, we're excited about a lot of this, and the Saints, and we talked about it. Saints aren't done, my friend. Saints aren't done. They still got a lot of things they have to do, and they're moving in the right direction. In my count, man, they're doing great stuff. And despite all the stuff that happened with Coach Payton and him moving on, man, let me tell you something. The Saints are handling the business, man. So thank you. Appreciate your free game, and we're gonna holler, bro. Much love.
All right, man.
Who that?
Have a good one.
All right, that's free game chiming in. And that'll be the stream, man. Much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all chiming in on this episode of Tacoma. We listen, 230 plus. If you hadn't gotten an opportunity to hit the like button, please feel free to hit the hell out the like button. Let me tell you something, man. A lot of the Who Dat Nation family members, I apologize to the family members we couldn't get in there tonight, but I promise when we come back, we're gonna put you guys ahead of the line on our Friday stream. But listen, chime in. We got a lot of stuff going on. We know the Saints are looking at, and I just talked about the Sony Michel report. The Saints supposed to be looking at him later on this week. Jarvis Landry's card is still up in the air, so we're not done. The Saints are still looking for talent all over the place, man. And I'm just absolutely loving what the black and gold are doing, to be honest with you. I'm proud of my team and how they're handling the business with Coach Payton out of the way. The Saints are swinging for the fences. They're not taking no chances. This is a big move by the Saints to bring Tyrann Mathieu here and pair him with all the great talent that we have. Jameis Winston will rebound, will be healthy, and the Saints are going to continue to give him the best offensive lineman they can give him, the best coaching they can give him in terms of guys coaching up the offensive line and get them in position. We do have a lot of questions about our offensive line, who plays where and when, and as we get closer and closer to these camps, you start seeing some of this stuff unravel. So it's been absolutely terrific. I'm happy. I'm proud of the team. Solid draft, solid free agents and signings, and still more to come. So Quan Alexander, Jarvis Landry, and the like. So we're going to see some sports coming up, man. So I just see a lot of family members are feeling this thing. They're feeling, man, listen, when something like this happens, they're excited because they understand what this means. This puts you on a level of one of the top 2-3 best teams in the NFL. And the Saints are going to be playing at another level. Defense was already on fleek last year. What they're going to look like this year. Barring injury, man, and God blessing and protecting them. Let me tell you something at the same time. The Saints are shooting for the stars. Ain't a damn thing they can do. Nothing. They can't do a damn thing about it. So with that being said, I'm going to get on up out of here. Listen, I appreciate each and every last y'all. And much love to the fam. Thank you, Shaunery Jones, for hitting the subscribe button. Appreciate you, fam, and welcome to the family members. Appreciate y'all. Much love to all the family members out there. Please feel free to subscribe like Shaunery and Soldier 5044 and the rest of the family members. If you hadn't already, please feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed with other family members out there. Also, hit the like button. That also helps out the stream a lot. So with that being said, I'm going to holler at you guys tomorrow. Remember, family, Thursday, we'll have the NFC South post-draft roundtable with the good brothers from the Panthers Nation podcast, Brother Rashad and Dave. You guys are familiar with those brothers. My dog, Big Low, who's one of the, Big Low. That's a Superman chat. So we got Big Low chiming in as well. And also, we'll hear from Big Game James from the Tampa side of things, former Tampa Bay defensive back. He'll be in the building as well, representing his platform at Big James Sports. So much love to that brother and the rest of the family members. Listen, I'm going to holler at y'all guys tomorrow. Holler at us later. Then we'll come back on the Friday stream. I open up the phone lines for a little longer, and we try to fit all the nation. And, you know, we open the phone lines. We be trying to get everybody in there, man. So we're going to see you around. With that being said, I'm going to holler at y'all later. Keep your heads up and hearts open, and we're going to do this thing. Much love. Who that to you? And I'm out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl.